Now everyone please settle down on your yoga mats and get seated in a comfortable cross-legged position with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. As we are starting the yoga session with a Sadguru Vandanam, keep your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, visualize Swamiji as we open the session.
Nityanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatidam Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatidam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami.
Next, we will invoke Paramashiva's presence by chanting the Shiva Mula mantra Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha 11 times. Please follow along internally.
Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha.
Next, we will perform the Tattvachmanam, the ritualistic cleansing. Now, take your Panchapadam and Udani. Keep your right hand in the Gokarana Mudra in the shape of a cow's ear, like our Acharyas are demonstrating. Take 1 Udani of water, 1 spoon of water, pour it into your right palm, and each time the word Swadha is chanted, sip the water from the bottom of your palm. We are going to repeat this process thrice.
Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Swadha.
Now wash your right hand with the water from the Panchapadam and wipe your lips twice with the bottom of your right thumb as we chant.
Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha.
Now wash your hand again. With index, middle and ring fingers joined together, touch above your upper lip and below the lower lip, and wash your hand again. With the index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril and your left nostril. With ring finger and thumb together, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hand again. With your little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel, your right chest and your left chest. And with all fingertips joined together, touch the crown of your head, the right shoulder, left shoulder and your heart center. Wash your hand once more. Place the right hand over top of the left and both hands on the right thigh. Set your sankalpa, whatever you want to manifest. Make a declaration and hold the visualization of your manifestation during the chant of the sankalpa mantra.
Om Mamopata Samasta Duridakshayadwara Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Sri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vishisthayam Asyam Shubhatithau Purana Arogya Yukta Dridagatra Yaugika Sharira Siddhyartham Paramashiva Shaktya Vishkaranartham Nithyananda Yoga Abhyasam Karishye.
Now wash your right hand once more as we chant.
Om Apaupasprisya.
Now keep Panchapadam and Udani aside out of harm's way. Let us briefly cover the components of Kailasa's Nityananda Yoga before we enter into the actual yoga practice. Yoga is the ritual of experiencing the divine union, Paramashiva entering into man. Experience Paramashivatva, Paramashivoham, that you indeed are the divine. by preparing your physical body with asana postures, aligning your body to the cosmic geometry, preparing your nervous system, pranayama, breathing techniques, infusing prana into your system, cleaning your nadis, and infusing the intense energy by aligning your breathing to Paramashiva mudra, the energy circuits performed with your fingers, your limbs, and various other body parts, sealing the prana into your system, preventing it from seeping out, and closing circuits activating specific parts of the body, the brain, activating the subtle brain grooves, and the non-mechanical parts of the brain. Bandhas, the energy locks, preventing the prana from seeping out as well, pumping the prana up along the spine, the Kundalini Shakti along the central nadi, all the way to the higher centers, and preventing it from falling down again. Internally aligning your internal organs to Paramashiva. Bandhas are being performed by contracting certain diaphragms in the body. The bandhas we are going to perform are of three kinds. The Mula Bandha, the root lock. As you contract your perineal floor and pull it up, you are preventing the prana from seeping out, the Kundalini Shakti. The Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock, by contracting your stomach muscles above and below the navel and pulling the navel in and up towards your spine, you're intensely pushing the Kundalini Shakti upwards through the central nadi. And the Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock, as you tuck your chin to the chest and internally contract your throat muscles, internally locking the throat, you're preventing the downward flow of the prana and keeping the Kundalini Shakti that was forced upwards in the higher chakras. Together performed, this makes Mahamudra Bandha, which is an intense technique for Kundalini awakening. Next up is Karana, the sacred dance postures as preserved throughout various temples in India, carved in stone, frozen in time. These dance movements, as you move your limbs and various body parts in synchronicity, awaken an intense awareness within your being and lead to a subtle breathing flow that intensifies the prana uptake as you align your body movements to the cosmic movements. Next up is the visualization. For each of the asanas, we are projecting a visualization in the top right corner of the screen. Hold the visualization and embody the essence that the asana is supposed to be. By aligning your thinking to Paramashiva, you manifest Mano Shakti, the power of thought. Next up is the japa, the internal repetition of a mantra. As you visualize the mantra rotating around your throat in a circular way, like a prayer wheel, for example, it's cleansing your Vishuddhi chakra, your throat chakra, activating the power of speech by aligning your speech to Paramashiva and excreting the nectar, the amrita, from your throat, rejuvenating your body. Next up is the external chanting of a mantra. Our acharyas are going to chant the sacred mantras and scripture references for all the asanas, giving the correct context and providing a high energy space by chanting the words of Mahadeva himself. As you practice yoga, your aura is opening up and you're susceptible to external energies. So we are providing the highest energy space to keep your aura protected and raise your energy. The next component is weightlifting. Bodybuilding is a spiritual practice as per the supreme pontiff of Hinduism. That is why weightlifting is included in Nityananda Yoga, intensifying the yoga practice in certain asanas, leading to intense Kundalini awakening, and again strengthening your body and nervous system throughout the yoga practice. Keep weights close to the mat. We are going to point out in which asanas it is recommended to hold weights to intensify the yoga practice. Next up is mandala. Mandalas are the visual representation of gods and goddesses, the macrocosmic energies mapped into a microscopic scale for us to imbibe and reflect in our nervous system. Gaze at a yantra, at a mandala, intensely, but gently, like you would gaze at a rose. It will be reflected in your nervous system, and the macrocosmic energies will be reflected in your microcosmos. Next up is Abharana. The traditional Rudraksha jewelry is capable of holding more energy than any other stone. That is why we advise to wear Rudraksha beads at any given time, functioning like a spiritual battery and giving off energy to your system. So wear Rudraksha beads during the yoga practice. Finally, we have Aushadha, the sacred alchemy products. Ingested or applied on the skin, they infuse prana into the system, and they are capable of healing even the most severe chronic diseases. Finally, with all those components together, the most important component, obviously, is the Diksha, the direct initiation, the Shaktipada of the living avatar. All those components, practicing Nityananda Yoga, you are being prepared to be a vessel to hold the spiritual energy poured over you in the darshan for a longer period of time, leading to permanent transformation and the awakening of powers. Right after the yoga practice, we are going to have a power manifestation session. So stay tuned after the yoga session, and immediately after this intense Kundalini awakening, perform the power manifestation, manifest the Shaktis of Paramashiva. With all the components covered, let us now start into the first asana of the sequence. As you sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line, in a cross-legged position, place your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra. Engage all three bandhas, the Mula Bandha, the root lock, Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock, and Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock, performing Mahamudra Bandha. Visualize Lord Shiva in your inner space. Perform Sammana Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply into your stomach and hold your breath as you visualize the fire being kindled in your stomach region, rising up your spine. And internally chant the japa Soham. Visualize it rotating around your throat. In the first asana of the sequence, Sukhasana.
तत्सुखासनमित्युक्तम् अशक्तस्तत्समाचरेत् आसनं विजितं येन जितं तेन जगत्त्रयम्.
Next up is Parvatasana. Now bring your legs into Padmasana by placing the feet onto opposite thighs. Join your hands together in Anjali Mudra and raise them up above your head. Keep your elbows straight, engage all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha, as you visualize yourself as Mount Kailash.
अथ वक्षे महादेव पर्वतासनमङ्गलं यत्कृत्वा स्थिररूपी स्यात् षट्चक्रादिविलोपनम्.
Next up is Halipavasana. Now extend your feet forward and bring the soles of the feet together. As you interlock your fingers behind your back, place your forehead on the ground behind the heels. Gaze towards your nose. Perform all three bandhas as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पूर्वविधियाहु मे जानो उभयपगतली संपुटठानो पिष्टपछेदो वो करल्यावो दक्षिण करसो वाम गहावो.
Now maintain your feet extended forward with the soles together. Stretch your arms out in front, cup your palms and place them on the ground in front of the feet as you place your forehead on the ground behind the heels. Gaze towards your nose, visualize yourself as a snake as you perform all three bandhas, and internally keep chanting Soham in Nagi Pavasana.
पूर्वविधिपर्यागाने नीचौहौ वीकहूनि फनास्यो लगाजी.
Next up is Kokilasana. Now hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Stretch your legs forward and up, and then cross them into Padmasana. Place your elbows down on the ground as you engage all three bandhas and visualize yourself as a bird.
अथान्यदासनं वक्ष्ये येन सिद्धो भवेन्नरः अकस्माद् वायुसञ्चारं कोकिलाख्यासनेन च.
Next up is Nitya Asana. Now cross your ankles and knees, hold on to opposite elbows, and start rotating your arms in a circle. Perform all three bandhas. Gaze to your nose as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
गोड़ा बामा पाद की आशमा हिली सोय दश चरण को वारलौता परिगुल्फ समोय.
The next asana is Gajasana. Now place your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. Raise your hips up, and then scoop your head and chest forward and down again and again as you visualize yourself as an elephant and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
युब्जं पादाग्रे भूमौ कृत्वा लम्बी भुजा मस्तकाग्रे निधाय.
The next asana is Vrikshasana. From the same position, alternate pressing one heel into the ground while lifting the other heel up. Visualize yourself as a bear as you apply Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
एकैकं पादमाकुञ्च गजासनं कुर्यात् वृक्षासनं भवति.
Now rise up into Vaishyasana. Stand on the tips of the big toes with all other toes raised off the ground if you can. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Keep your hands in front of the heart center in Hridaya Mudra with index, middle and ring fingers joined together as you engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
केशेन पादयुगलं बद्ध्वा तिष्ठेत् अधोमुखः अथ वैश्यावक्षे यत्कृत्वा सत्यवान् भवेत्.
Next up is Urdhva Janukarana. Now stand in Adimandi posture with the heels together, toes pointing outwards and your knees bent. Bring your hands to the chest and then raise one knee up along the center of the body. Follow along with the respective hand in a circular motion again and again on both sides. The next asana is Bala Lingasana. Now interlace your fingers from the outside in Sarva Shankari Mudra. Take one knee and pull it up towards your chest. Stand straight on the mat. Engage all Tribandhas and visualize yourself holding a baby.
एकं जानुरसि आलिङ्ग्य स्थातव्यं बाललिङ्गनं भवति.
Next up is Pada Pidanasana. Now take the foot and pull it behind towards your buttocks, holding it with both hands. Keep your head, neck and spine straight. Engage all Tribandhas as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेत् तनुं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्नेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
Next up is Natarajasana. Now hold the sole of the foot from the inside. Kick the leg back and up as you lean forward, extending the other arm with the hand in Bindu Mudra. Visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja as you perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now stand on the other leg. Repeat Bala Lingasana on the other side.
एकं जानुरसि आलिङ्ग्य स्थातव्यं बाललिङ्गनं भवति.
Now pull the foot behind towards your buttocks. Repeat Pada Pidanasana on the other side as you engage all Tribandhas.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेत् तनुं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्नेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
Now hold the sole of the foot, lean forward with your arm extended. Visualize yourself performing the cosmic dance as Lord Nataraja in Natarajasana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Next up is Aratare Chikarana. From Adimandi position. Heels together, toes pointing outwards and knees bent. Step the right foot behind the left. Keep the hands at the chest and swing the right arm back and forth like a pendulum. Gracefully move your fingers one by one. As you place your hand over the nose, uncross your ankles and repeat the movement on the other side. Next up is the skeleton dance. Now visualize yourself as a skeleton as you shake your body intensely. Hold the visualization of your bone structure and shake your body wildly. This will build integrity into your very bone marrow. Next up is Katichina Karna. Now stand in Adimandi posture, heels together, toes pointing outwards and knees bent. Cross your arms above your head with the palms facing backwards. As you open your hips to one side, uncross the arms, return to the center, and repeat the movement on both sides again and again. The next asana of the sequence is Tadasana. Now stand on the tips of your toes, raise your arms up above your head, keep the palms parallel. As you visualize yourself as a palm tree, engage all three bandhas, keep breathing in Samana Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply into your stomach and visualizing a flame rising up your spine as you internally chant the new japa Shivoham.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान् विनोत्तानं सदा कुर्यादन्तर्वत्नी पतिप्रिया.
The next asana is Uttanasana. As you stand on the mat, lean forward and down and place your hands flat on the mat. If you can't reach the floor, just lean as low as you can, no problem. Bring your head in towards the knees as much as possible. Engage all three bandhas, engage your core as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Uttanasana.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान् विनोत्तानं सदा कुर्यादन्तर्वत्नी पतिप्रिया.
Next up is Tadakshvasana. Now place your hands shoulder width apart and step your feet back into a tall plank position. Now engage the perineal floor in Mula Bandha. Tuck your chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha and start rotating your head from side to side. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you breathe in Samana Kumbhaka.
गजासनवस्थित्वा मस्तकं वारं वारं दक्षिणकुक्षिं सव्यकुक्षिं नजेत तरक्श्वासनं भवति.
The next asana is Bhujangasana. Now lower your body down onto your stomach and keep your hands next to the chest as you keep the toes pointing back. Raise your head and upper back up by the strength of your lower back as you open your mouth wide. Inhale through the hollow of your throat in Bhujangani Mudra as you perform the Mula Bandha and visualize yourself as a cobra.
अंगुष्ठनाभिपर्यन्तम् अधो भूमौ विन्यसेत् कराभ्यां च धरां धृत्वा ऊर्ध्वशीर्षफणीवहि.
The next asana is Shashasana. Now push your body up, back into the plank position and alternate, bringing one knee in towards your chest, back and forth. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Breathe calmly through your nose in Sahaja Kumbhaka, leading the prana along the spine as you perform the Mula Bandha.
गजासन संस्थितो जानुद्वयमाकुञ्च वारं वारं कर्तव्यं शशासनं भवति.
Next up is Rathasana. From the plank position, step one foot in between the two hands. Now jump the front foot back, bring the other foot forward, exchange the position of your feet again and again as you visualize yourself as a chariot.
गजासन संस्थितो एकैकं पादं पूर्वमार्गेण भ्रामयित्वा कर्तव्यं रथासनं भवति.
Now raise up into Virabhadrasana, keeping the front knee bent at a 90-degree angle and the back toes pointing outwards with the legs straight. Raise your arms up above your head, keep them parallel as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra. Perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Now step the other foot forward, the opposite foot back, raise your arms. Keep the hips pointing forwards as you repeat Virabhadrasana on the other side, visualizing yourself as Lord Virabhadra.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Next up is Vrikshasana. As you stand on one leg, raise the other foot, the sole of the foot towards the inner opposite thigh. Join your hands together in Anjali Mudra and raise them up above your head. Keep your elbows straight, visualize yourself as a tree as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च याम्यं पादं निधायतो तिष्ठेत्तु वृक्षवद्भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं विदुः.
Now bring the raised foot to the opposite hip. Keep your hands together in Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in Garudasana.
गरुडासनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत् सर्वदोषाद् विनिर्मुक्तो भवति इह महाबली.
Now step the foot down, lift the other foot up, raise your hands up above your head as you visualize yourself as a tree in Vrikshasana, the tree posture, on the other side.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च याम्यं पादं निधायतु तिष्ठेत् वृक्षवद्भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं विदुः.
Now bring the raised foot to the opposite hip. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda. Feel the weight of your wings on your back as you repeat Garudasana on the other side.
गरुडासनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत् सर्वदोषाद् विनिर्मुक्तो भवति इह महाबली.
Next up is Trikonasana. Now stand, step one foot forward, the other foot far back. Keep the back toes pointing sideways as you extend your arms parallel to the ground. Lean forward and down. Bring one hand to the foot, the other hand pointing up towards the sky as you gaze upwards. Visualize yourself as a triangle.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now rise up. Exchange the position of your feet. Repeat Trikonasana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Next up is Nikuttakakarana. From Adimandi position, heels together, toes pointing outwards and knees bent. Raise one heel off the ground and bring your hands in front of the heart center with the palms facing each other. Now stomp the raised heel to the ground. Lift the other heel up as you repeat the movement on the other side. Exchange the position of your hands again and again. Next up is Angushtasana. Now lower your body down. Keep the toes tucked. Raise your heels and sit on your heels with your perineum. Keep the knees together and raise off the floor as you join your hands in front of the heart center in Namaskara Mudra. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and start buzzing like a bee on the inhalation and exhalation in Brahmari Kumbhaka. As you perform the Mula Bandha, internally chant the new japa Sadashivoham.
कबन्धासनमित्याहुः गोरक्षासनमेव च अङ्गुष्ठमुष्टिकं ज्ञेयं ब्रह्मप्रसादितं तथा.
Next up is Saurasana. From the same position, extend one leg forward. Keep the toes pointing up. As you place your hands at the side of your body with the palms facing forward in Vara Mudra, keep the fingertips just touching the ground. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha in Saurasana.
प्रसार्य एकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
Next up is Vidhunanasana. From the same position, lean forward and down. Hold onto the big toe in Prana Mudra with the respective hand as you place the other hand on the respective heel. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
गुल्फस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण.
Next up is Saurasana. On the other side, extend the other leg forward, heel down, toes up. Keep the hands at the side of the body with the palms facing forward in Vara Mudra.
प्रसार्य एकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
Now lean forward and down, hold onto the big toe with the respective hand in Parama Mudra. As you hold onto the back heel with the other hand, balance and visualize Swamiji in Vidhunanasana.
गुल्फस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण.
The next asana is Brahma Jadankushasana. As you sit on both heels, keep a gap in between the knees and place the backside of your hands on top of the knees. Perform the Mula Bandha, the root lock, and the Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock. As you tuck your chin to the chest, gaze in between the palms in Shambhavi Mudra, eyes open wide, unblinking, actually gazing within. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and keep buzzing like a bee in Brahmari Kumbhaka.
दो फणा पानी होए वैसे एडी दो गुदानी वैसे कोर बगतलियां की माहिली आइस माहेरा शेमिली.
Next up is Kapilasana. Now place your knees on the ground and sit on the raised heels. Keep your toes tucked. Gaze to the nose. Visualize yourself as Sage Kapila Muni, the founder of the Mahanirvana Pita, as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha in Kapilasana.
वही पगतली समटारावे तिनकी माहिली कोर मिलावे.
Next up is Battala Gudakasana. Now maintain the same posture. Shift your gaze to the third eye, your visualization to Swamiji, and the Bandha to the Mula Bandha.
दोवो पगतली संपुट करे कोरवारली भूपर धरे कोरवारली राखे ऐसे तापरी मूल द्वार टिके बैसे.
Next up is Suryasana. Now raise your knees back off the ground. Keep the heels together, soles of the feet joined. As you keep the knees wide, join your thumbs and little fingers and open up the palms resembling a lotus flower. As you raise your hands up in Padma Mudra, gaze through the gap between the palms and visualize Lord Surya in your inner space, performing Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha in Suryasana.
एडी दो बुगुदातरी आने फना पानी बैठक पुनिठाने गोडा जंघा अधर करी रहे आड़े वाम इसी विधि कहे.
Next up is Mandukasana. Now sit with the toes flat, perineum on the heels. Keep the knees wide, hands on top. Press your tongue up against the palate of your mouth in Manduki Mudra as you visualize yourself as a frog, catching the nectar of immortality dripping from your Sahasrara chakra with your frog tongue. Gaze towards your third eye. Breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha in Mandukasana.
पादतलौ पृष्ठदेशे अंगुष्ठे द्वे च संस्पृशे जानुजुग्मं पुरस्कृत्य साधयेन्मण्डुकासनम्.
Next up is Uttana Mandukasana. From the same position, bring your hands behind your back. Keep your elbows close to your head. As you gaze to your third eye, visualize yourself as a frog. Keep pressing your tongue up in Manduki Mudra and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
मंडुकासन मध्यस्थं गुर्पराभ्यां धृतं श्रः एतद्भेकवदुत्तानमेतदुत्तान मंडुकम्.
Next up is Simhasana. Now cross your ankles and sit on your heel. As you keep your knees on spread knees, gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as a lion as you stick out your tongue and exhale forcefully again and again.
दक्षिणं सव्यगुल्फेन दक्षिणेन तदेतरं हस्तौश्च जान्वौ संस्थाप्य स्वाङ्गुलिश्च प्रसार्य च.
Next up is Padmalasana. Now sit with the heels under the perineum, knees open wide. Keep the soles of the feet together with the toes pointing back. As you cross your arms behind your back, hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Gaze towards your nose as you visualize Swamiji and perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha, returning to buzzing like a bee in Brahmari Kumbhaka.
गुल्भौ च वृषणस्याधो व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितः पादाङ्गुष्ठौ कराभ्यां च धृत्वा च पृष्ठदेशतः.
Next up is Kakabushandya Asana. Now squat and keep your feet flat on the ground, your knees open wide. Bring your arms in and around the back, interlacing your fingers behind in Padashra Mudra. Gaze towards your nose as you visualize yourself as a crow.
प्रथमे वैसकोकटठाने दोवु हाथ पगमी च आने.
Next up is Kani Pavasana. Now place your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. Bring your elbows onto your arms towards your armpits. Lean forward and down as you lift your feet up, balance on your arms and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
आसन को गुणाशी दुष्टा होई तो आछी होई.
Next up is Kapali Asana, the first inverted posture of this sequence. If you have any upper back or neck injuries or high blood pressure, take it slow with the inverted postures. If you need the support, lean against the wall or ask a partner to aid you in this posture. Now place your hands shoulder width apart on the ground. As you bring your knees onto your arms, lean forward, place the crown of your head on the mat. Align your hips with the shoulders and then straighten your legs up. into a headstand posture. Now gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Kapali Asana.
शीशी शीशा धरती टेकी भगदो वो मिलिवा ऊंचा गुकरे.
Gently lower your body back down. Squatting position. Twist your body to one side. Place the hands flat on the mat to the side. Align one knee and the hip with your elbows as you lean towards the side and extend your legs up to the side. Balance on your arms as you gaze to your third eye. Visualize yourself as a peacock and breathe in Rechaka Kumbhaka, exhaling all the way and holding your breath in Parashvamayurasana. Opposite direction and lean forward, balance on your arms, extend your legs to the side, visualizing yourself as a peacock in Parashvamayurasana on the other side.
Mayuram dandavat kuryan majuram dandana.
Rakshvasana, the plank position, as you then step one foot outside the respective shoulder in between the two hands. Push your hips forward, engage the Mula Bandha as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava. Step the other foot in between the two hands. Gaze to your third eye. Visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava as you repeat Bhairaganathasana on the other side.
आसन को गुण पीति जाई.
Even higher. Gaze to your third eye as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
भून्यस्तौ जानुनी हस्तौ चतुष्पदम वाङ्मुखम्.
Engaged, your body straight, as you visualize yourself as Sage Vashishta in Vashishtasana.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचहल मत्स्यकं परिवृत्तिं चोदरस्य विविधं धनुरासनम्. ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचहल मत्स्यकं परिवृत्तिं चोदरस्य विविधं धनुरासनम्.
As you visualize yourself as Lord Hanuman, perform Jalandhara Bandha, tuck your chin to the chest, and the Mula Bandha, engage your perineal floor as you internally chant the new japa Mahasadashivoham in Anjani Asana. From the same position with your legs extended forward, lean forward and down, bend from the waist as you hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra, and then bring your head in towards the knees. Bring it between the knees.
तो पश्चिमं तानमुच्यते येन केन प्रकारेण सुखं धार्यं च जायते.
Your fingers behind your head, and lean forward and down. As you bring your elbows outside the knees, bring your head in between the knees. Engage all three bandhas. Contract your core as you visualize Kali in your inner space. Towards the groin with the knee raised. Bring your arm in and around the raised knee. Interlock your fingers behind your neck, behind your back, as you lean forward and down and place your head towards the knee, visualizing yourself as Sage Marichi. Drop the knee down to the side. Keep the heel pressed against your perineum. As you lean forward and down, hold on to the front foot with both hands. Gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji, exhale fully, and perform Mahamudra Bandha or Tribandhas. Towards your groin with the knee raised. Lean forward, interlock your fingers behind your back as you repeat Marichi Asana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Drop the knee to the side, lean forward and down. Hold on to the foot as you engage all three bandhas in Mahamudrasana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
The next asana is Bhadrasana 2. Now bring the soles of the feet together with your heels pressed against the groin. Hold the feet firmly with both hands and push the knees down as much as you can. Gaze towards your third eye as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha. As you keep the soles of the feet together, extend your legs out away from the body. Place your hands on the respective knees. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock, and Mula Bandha, the root lock. As you gaze to your nose and visualize Yoni Mandala, the visual representation of Devi Paramashiva Shakti herself, which is projected in the top right corner of your screen. Now lean down and place your chin on the toes as you engage the Mula Bandha in Joni Asana.
दोबू पगदली संपुट करे एड़ी मेड के ढिंग धरे.
Next up is Midaki Pavasana. Now extend your legs out, keep the heels together and the toes apart as you extend your arms out wide to the side and lean forward and down, placing your forehead on the ground behind your heels. Place your hands on the mat to the side as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and gaze to the tip of your nose.
पूरब विधि परिपकदली संपुट शोल एड़ी मिली राशे.
The next asana is Siddha Samadhi Asana. Now pull your feet back in towards the gaze towards your nose and visualize Lord Surya in your inner space.
दोबू पगदली संपुट करे सोले मेड आगा में धरे.
Next up is Chinaki Pavasana. Your thighs. Gaze towards your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Chinaki Pavasana.
दो बगा की एड़ी धरती मगिबा मेढ़ लगावे.
Next up is Charapata. Swamiji in your inner space and perform Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock, and Mula Bandha, the root lock.
दोबू पगदली संपुट धारे आगा ने करे जारे पसारे गोड़ा भूसो लगता राशे हाथ दोबू गोड़ा परिदाशे.
Next up is Bhairava. Ground, place your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra with index and thumb together. As you gaze to your third eye, visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava and perform Uddiyana Vanda and Mula Vanda.
Vasanam.
Next up is Samanasana. Now sit with one heel against your perineum and lift the sole of the other foot against your chest with both hands.
Bhakshe Siddhamantradi Sadhanat.
Next up is Apanasana. Now bring the respective foot over top of your shoulder and extend the opposite leg forward. Keep your hands at the side for balance. Gaze up to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Press the other heel against the groin and lift the sole of the other foot against your chest. Repeat Samanasana on the other side.
Samanasana Bhakshe Siddhamantradi Sadhanat Ekapadamuro Dattva Gukshonyalinga Bhaktrake. केवलं पादमेकञ्च स्कन्धे चारोपे ततः एकपादेन गगने तिष्ठेत दण्डवत् प्रभो.
Now stack your knees. Keep the heel pressing your tongue up against the palate of your mouth without touching the teeth, and then hissing through your teeth while inhaling. Perform the Mula Vanda and internally chant the new japa Om Nithyanandoham in Gomukhasana. Your fingers around the big toes in Prana Mudra. As you gaze to the tip of your nose, perform Uddiyana Vanda and Mula Vanda and visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya in Anasuyasana.
दक्षिण गोड़ों नीचो ठाने बाबों ताके ऊपर आने गोड़ा संधि मिलावे भारी आड़ा पद पुनिदे संधि पसारी.
Now interlock your fingers behind your back in Parashu Mudra as you lean forward and down. Bring your chin over the knee, nose to the ground as you gaze to the nose and visualize Rishika Anasuya in Anasuyasana too.
जीमणा गोदा की संधि उपरिड़ा बा गोड़ा की संधि मिलाई राशे गोड़ा सेवले.
Knee raised against your chest. Place your hands on respective knees as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as Lord Garda.
डाबो बगमोडी एडी माहिलो गुल्भमूल द्वारनी चैदे.
Gaze towards your third eye and visualize yourself as Sage Narada.
पिष्टिज बाम बगदली केरी भूपरिता ही लगा वे फेरी गोड़ा सुदो पनो है जोजी दछिपा शितीरा शेसोई.
Off that foot with the other hand. Gaze towards your nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu.
वामेन वामांगुष्टन्तो गृहीतं मत्स्य पीठकं योनि वामेन संपीड्य मेढ्रादुपरि दक्षिणम्.
Face of a cow.
सव्ये दक्षिणगुल्भं तो पृष्ठपार्श्वे नियोजये दक्षिणे पितता सव्यं गोमुखं यथा.
Now interlock your fingers around the big toes, contract your stomach, pull the perineal region up. As you gaze your nose and visualize yourself as a Rishika Anasuya in Anasuyasana on the other side.
दक्षिण घोड़ो नीचो ठाने बाबों तागे ऊपर आने घोड़ा संधि मिलावे भारी आड़ा पतपुनी दे संधि पसारी जीमणा गोदा की संधि उपरिडा वा घोड़ा की संधि मिलाई राशे घोड़ा सेवले पगतल जालो आड़वाई सुधा राशे डाबो पगमोड़ी एडी माहिलो गुल्फमूल द्वारिनी चैदे ऐसे बैसे जी मणि पगतली धरती टेकी गोड़ो ऊंचो उभौ राशे तिजवाम बगदली केरी भूपरिता ही लगावे फेरी घोड़ा सुदो पनो है जो जी दछी पाश तेरा शेषो जी
Now repeat Matsya Pitakasana.
वामेन वामाङ्गुष्ठन्तो गृहीतं मत्स्य पीठकं योनि वामेन सम्पीड्य मेढ्रादुपरि दक्षिणम्
And twist the elbow outside of the raised knee with the raised hand by your neck. Place the other hand on the ground behind you. Twist your body, gaze to your third eye, and visualize Sage Matsendana, the master of Hatha Yoga. From Matsendrasana, extend your front arm down to the foot. Hold onto the big toe as you hold the back ear with the other hand. Gaze back and up towards your third eye as you visualize yourself as a camel in Kubasana.
Asana.
Even further, gaze to your third eye and visualize Matsyendana in Matsendrasana too.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा दृष्टति यत्ततः नम्राङ्गं वामपादं हि दक्षजानुपरिन्यसेत्.
Now extend both legs forward. Place the other foot.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्ततः नम्राङ्गं वामपादं हि दक्षजानुपरिन्यसेत्.
Now extend the front arm down to the foot. Hold onto the big toe in Prana Mudra. Gaze to your third eye. Visualize yourself as a camel as you repeat Kubasana. As you place the other hand down on the ground behind you and twist your body even further, visualizing Sage Matsyendana, the master of Hatha Yoga, in Matsendrasana too on the other side.
मत्स्येन्द्रपीठं जठर प्रदीप्तिं प्रचण्ड रुक्मण्डलखण्डनास्त्रम्.
Lord Shiva, as you start breathing in Sitali Kumbhaka, as you hiss through the teeth while pressing the tongue against the back of the teeth. Engage all the bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha, as you
उपरि चेत् धत्ते उभे पादतले यथा.
The next asana is Padmasana 2. Maintain the same sitting posture. Keep breathing in Sitali Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha in Padmasana 2.
उत्तानो चरणौ कृत्वा ऊरु संस्थौ प्रयत्नतः.
Next up is Kukutasana. From Padmasana, bring your hands in between Sahaja Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha.
पद्मासनं सुसंस्थाप्य नान्वोरौरन्तरे करौ निवेश्य भूमावासिष्ठेत् व्योमस्तकुक्कुटासनः.
Next up is Baddha Asana. Lift your knees off the mat, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space.
धरामोष्टभिकरद्वयेन तत्कूर्परि स्थापितानाभिपार्श्वः.
Now, from a kneeling position with your hands flat on the mat, fingers pointing backwards, extend your legs back as you lean. Now lower your body down onto your stomach. Keep the toes pointing outwards. Interlock your fingers around your neck as you place your forehead on the ground. Visualize yourself as a crocodile as you perform the Mula Bandha in Makarasana.
अध्यासशेते हृदयं निधाय भूमौ च पादौ च प्रसार्यमानो.
Next up is Shalabhasana. As you lay on your stomach, keep your hands at the side of your chest, flat on the ground as you lift your legs up by the strength of your lower back and glutes. Keep your entire legs off the mat as you visualize yourself as a locust in Shalabhasana.
अध्यासशेते करयुग्मवक्षो भूमिमोष्टभ्य करयोस्तलाभ्याम्.
Next up is Ushtrasana. As you lay on your stomach, hold onto your feet and pull them outside the hips towards the ground as low as you can. Visualize yourself as a camel as you perform the Mula Bandha.
अध्यासशेते
As you lay on your stomach, holding onto the feet, lift your legs up and your chest. As you gaze up towards your third eye, visualize the next asana is Bhagasana. Rise up into a kneeling posture. Sit in between the heels with the toes touching behind your body. Now gaze up towards your third eye and visualize Swami from the kneeling position. Place your forearms on the ground, shoulder width apart. Interlock your fingers. Place the crown of your head onto the mat. Hold your head with body into a ball. As you try to touch your chin with your knees, gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Guhyasana.
दो हाथ की कहुनी जो जी पुनः कलाई जाने दो जी.
legs back down. Come to a seated posture with your legs in front and get ready for a sequence of intense exhalations in Bhastrika Kumbhaka. Straight up as you bring your head in towards the knee. Visualize Swamiji and keep breathing in Bhastrika Kumbhaka throughout the next few asanas as we perform Bodhyasana.
दो हाथ पग बाहर आने, घोड़ा तरे काकसी ठाने. उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा पादौ मिलित्वा प्रसार्य.
Next up is Naukasana. With your legs extended forward and up, extend your arms forward parallel to the ground. Gaze towards your third eye as you visualize yourself as a boat in Naukasana. Kumbhaka and visualize yourself as Lord Rudra in Rudrasana.
पगतली संपूर्ण करी हाथस्य पग उचाजी.
Now breathe calmly through your nose. From Murcha Kumbhaka, exhaling through the engaged throat lock. Force the air out through the throat lock, Jalandhara, in a controlled manner, leading to the Kundalini Shakti being forced up into the head region and
ऊर्ध्वे च जानुनी कृत्वा शवित्वोर्ध्वमुखं तथा उत्थाप्य हस्तौ तिष्ठेत्तु पीठ उन्मुख.
as you forcefully pull the Kundalini Shakti up along the spine from Muladhara to Sahasrara Chakra and Shakti Charan Mudra. The Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Shivasana.
उत्तानं शबवद्भूमौ शय.
Now slowly return. Your body from side to side as you slowly return to a comfortable seated position. Please wake up if you dozed off and we request all the participants to please switch on your cameras and make sure you are visible on camera, that your room is properly lit, and all the male bodies, please remove your upper cloth. Yoga is a ritual. In a comfortable position that brings ease to your physical and mental space. Any position is fine. Then bring your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra with index and thumbs together. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, which is going to remain the japa for the remainder of the sequence, starting with Yathasa Nishthasana.
पर्यङ्कं तत्समाख्यातं यतसंस्थं यथा स्थितिः.
Exhale and inhale deeply again and again, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु सुखप्रसवलाभाय प्रोच्यते प्राक्.
Gaze towards your nose, visualize yourself as a sage, liberated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in Muktasana.
निपीड्यसि विनीं सूक्ष्मां दक्षिणेतरगुल्पतः वामं जाम्येन गुल्फेन मुक्तासनमिदम्.
Next up is Siddhi Asana. Maintain the same sitting position. Shift your gaze to the ground.
एडी जोजी मेढुमधि लगावे सोजी.
Next up is Rudrasana 2. Now rotate your hands on top of the knees back into Bindu Mudra as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as Lord. As you maintain the same position, switch your gaze to the nose and embody tranquility and an unshakable nature. One hand over top of the other, with the palms cupped, resembling a closed lotus flower in Samputa Mudra, as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
ऋजुकाय समासीन सिद्धासनमुदीरितम्.
perineal floor and get ready to enter Shanmukhi Mudra, closing all the senses with your hands as you inhale all the way, and then close your mouth with little and ring fingers, the nostrils with a Next up is Virasana. Now place one foot on the opposite thigh and the other foot below the opposite thigh. As you place your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra and embody the state and space of bravery, Vira. The next asana is Valmikasana. Maintain the same sitting posture, hands on the knees and Bindu Mudra. Gaze to your third eye and visualize sage Valmiki, the great poet and author of Ramayana.
डावा पग की पगतली पुनी एड़ी है जोया.
Next up is Joni Mudrasana. Now rotate your hands on top of the knees, keep them flat. You gaze to the nose and visualize Yoni Mandala, the visual representation of Devi Paramashiva Shakti. Then Yoni Asana.
योन्यासनं पर्वतेन योगं योगफले नीलं तत्कालफललं तावत् खेचरो यावदेव हि.
But the strength of your groin. Gaze to your nose as you visualize yourself as Lord Veeravata and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
गुल्भौ च वृषणस्यादः सीवन्त्याः पार्श्वयोः क्षिपेत्.
The left nostril with the index finger. Inhale through the right nostril. Then close both nostrils, hold your breath. And then exhale through the left nostril. As an Aghori in Aghorasana.
पूर्व कहो भिश्रिका जोई वाही विधि जो की जे सोई.
Next up is Kanadi Pavasana. And hold your breath in Rechaka Kumbhaka and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha as you visualize yourself as a female elephant drinking water in Kanadi Pavasana. You sit with the knees raised, arms between the thighs and calves, interlace your fingers and lift your feet off the ground. Gaze towards your nose as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha as you keep breathing in Rechaka Kumbhaka. Your feet up against your chest. Keep the toes towards the throat as you keep the heels against the chest, hands on the fingers. Now gaze to the nose and embody the state and space of a king. And hold the toes with interlocked fingers. Raise your feet up towards your chin. As you rest the chin on the soles, gaze through your nose. Visualize your body free from any defects as you perform the Mula Bandha. Feet even higher. Raise your interlocked fingers above your forehead as you visualize yourself excelling in everything in Vishishtasana. Underneath and up, interlacing your fingers around the back of your neck. Now visualize yourself as a cobra as you perform the Mula Bandha.
Shirasanam tu Vignejam Kakshasanam ataf.
Your back, clasping your fingers behind in Padasha Mudra. Gaze to the tip of the nose as you visualize yourself as a beautiful, auspicious goddess.
दो हाथ बगम नीचे आने तिनको गोड़ा नीचे ठाने
Place your hands on opposite knees and gaze in Vaishnavi Mudra with eyes opened, not focusing on any external objects, only focusing on the object within as you visualize yourself as an elegant swan.
जाम येन वेष्टयद्वामपादकम्
Next up is the
अनुषागी नगर पंचडम वृषीलिंदकल्यम्नी
left thigh and the left foot on the right knee. Then bring the left arm behind your back and hold on to the opposite thigh as you catch hold, twist your body even further and place the right hand on the left thigh.
हस्तपिष्टे दिस आने बहुरोदचन पद है जो जी ताकि नलिजो पकड़े सो जी
Next up is Machandravasana 2.
प्रथम जी मनोचरण जजो जी वामजंग बरे राखे सो जी ताकि येड़ी कड़ी सो लावे बहुरी जुगति यह और करावे
Now main
ऊर्मूले इतरपादस्य कनिष्ठिका प्रदेशगुल्भं संस्थाप्य
Next up is Sankadasana on the other side. Now Place the right foot flat, sit on the right heel. Now slide the right heel outside the hip, sit on the ground as you keep both hands on the top knee and visualize a cow in Dhenukasana. Gaze towards your third eye as you bring the right arm behind your back. Catch a hold of opposite thighs and twist your body. As you gaze towards your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Marchandrasana on the other side.
वामजंगप्रदक्षिणटाने वामहस्तपिष्टीति साने बहुरो दक्षिणपद है जो जी ताकी न प्रथम जी मनो चरण जोजी वामजंग परि राखे सोजी ताकी एड़ी कड़ी सो लावे एक जुगति है
Guru Asana. In the same position, interlock your fingers, place them on the top knee as you engage all the bandhas Mahamudra Bandha, visualizing Swamiji, your Guru, in Guru Asana.
ऊर्मूले इतरपादस्य कनिष्ठिका प्रदेशगुल्फं संस्थाप्य.
The next asana is Parshasana. As you keep the soles of the feet flat on the ground, hold on to opposite knees and pull them in tightly towards your chest. Gaze towards your third eye as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and keep your tongue up.
अभ्याम ऊरु सहित जंगे निबध्य.
Next up is Bodha Shukasana. From the same position, hold on to opposite wrists and pull your knees in.
दोवु पगदली भूपरिधरे कोरमा हिलिए से करे कोरमिलागी उकड़ बैसे जंगा छाती अग्रणी वैसे.
Next up is Kudakatasana. From the same position, bring your hands underneath the knees and hold on to opposite.
दो हाथ पग बाहर लियावे गोडा नीचे ले टहरावे आम्हा साम्हा ऐसे करे आपस में को हनी पकड़े.
Sumati in Sumati Asana.
मूलद्वारी धरती परिठाने डाबा पग परिदक्ष पद आने दागी पाखती कोले आवे हाथ.
And extend your arms up straight, keeping the wrists pointing outwards. As you engage all the bandhas, gaze to the tip of the nose. Keep your tongue in Kechari Mudra as you perform Ujjayi Pranayama, making an ocean-like sound with your mouth. Lean forward and down and hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Bring your head in towards the knees as you start performing Nadi Shodhana, inhaling through one nostril
पकड़ी लीलाट कोड़ा लगावे.
Next up is Pidukasana. As you keep your knees slightly raised off the ground, bring your shoulders down and keep a gap in between the heels as you bring your arms in and around the legs, holding on to the
कछुक ऊर्ध को कोरडो डारे.
The next asana is Jadantari Plavasana. As you join the soles of the feet together, slightly extended away from the
दो वेड़ी मैली कह दीजिए हाथ पसारी.
You can't bring it behind your neck, you can bring it over your shoulder, pull it towards your chest, or just cross it over your knee. As you then lean forward and down and hold on to the front foot with both hands, as in Paschimottanasana. Through 9 points of the body, which are the soles of the feet, then to the genital region, to the heart, or first to the navel, to the heart, to the throat, to the uvula, the top of the head, the
पश्चिमतानवत् संस्थितिं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्. ऊर्ध्वपश्चिमतानं भवति.
as being infinite, endless, unending, ananta, as you keep performing pratyahara pranayama, focus on the upward flowing prana. Roll onto the side of the hand, holding onto the foot. Rest as you gaze to the tip of your nose and feel in complete control.
उत्तानशयित एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन्.
Hands and rock your body from side to side as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानशयनं जानुनि हृदये पष्टम्ब जङ्गा सहित ऊरुनि करद्वये बद्ध्वा सव्यापसव्यं लो.
Hands as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and focus on the upward flowing prana.
पश्चिमतानवत् संस्थितिं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्. ऊर्ध्वपश्चिमतानं भवति.
Unending, and perform Pratyahara Pranayama.
उत्तानशयनी एकैकं पायि ग्रीवाजां विन्यस्य इतरहस्तेन भावाग्रं गृहीत्वा
Roll to your side. Feel in complete control. Gaze to your nose in Ankushasana.
उत्तानशयनी
Neck. If you can't, bring your legs behind your neck. You can bring them over your shoulder or cross them in front of your body and pull them close. Then bring your hands behind your back and interlock your fingers as you gaze While laying on your back, raise your legs towards your head, wrap your hands around the legs, interlace your fingers behind your neck, and gaze to your nose as you visualize Lord Vishnu blessing you from within.
आत्मा
Out to the side at shoulder level. As you gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. We're going to perform first on one side and then on the other side. Now hold the visualization of Swamiji and perform the Mula Bandha as you pull your knees in towards the chest and extend your arms out to the side. This is the neutral position. Then drop one knee to the side, extend the opposite leg down. This is the third step. Now return to the center position with your knees against your chest, arms at the side. Now drop the other knee to the side, extend the opposite leg down.
परिवृत्ते कुक्षे भागे तथा हि परिकीर्तितः बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणम् ऊर्ध्वकोणमथापि च
Next up is the Dvipadapitam. As you lay on your back, forcing the air out through the engaged throat lock as you perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
प्रतिक्रियायुतं द्वन्द्वपीठ सर्वबल
Fingers pointing towards your feet. Now raise your entire body off the mat as you visualize yourself as sturdy as stone furniture and breathe calmly through your nose in Sahaja Kumbhaka.
उत्तानशयनी
With your knees pulled in towards your chest, hands on the respective shoulders, as you rotate your hips in a circular motion. Visualize yourself as a dog, playful
परिवर्तनं भवति.
Next up is the Viparita Karani. As you lie supine, raise your hips and legs up straight. Use your hands for
शरीरं संस्थाप्य जानुनी सम्मील्य नाभुवाणिज्यम्. अभ्यासयुक्तस्य जाठराग्निविवर्धनी.
Next up is Langolasana. Now lay on your back and bring your hips up, legs over the head, toes down on the ground, hands interlocked on the ground behind your back. In Parashum.
नरकासने स्थित्वा नासिकाप्रदेशे भूमौ पादपृष्ठे स्थाप्य.
Next up is Shaita Paschimottanasana. As you lie on your back, chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
तानं शयित्वात् कुर्वीत शयितपश्चिमतानकम्.
Next up is Supta Konasana. From the same position, bring your hips over top of the shoulder level.
बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणम् ऊर्ध्वकोणमथापि च.
Now join your feet back together. Hold on to the ankles and
ततः शीघ्रम् एतत् सर्वस्य साधनम्.
next up is Supta Prasarita Parangushtasana. As you lay on your back, straighten your legs up above your body and hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Now visualize
वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now join the feet back together above your body, keep holding on to the big toes and visualize Swamiji in Supta Parangushtasana. The next asana is Matsyasana. From Supta Padangushtasana, cross your legs into Padmasana and lay down flat on your back as you bring your arms over your head and hold on to the opposite elbows.
शिरोवेष्ट्या मत्स्यासनं तु रोगः.
Next up is Parasharamasana. As you keep your Ujjayi Pranayama, make an ocean-like sound with your mouth.
प्रथम करे पद्मासन आछे सूधो सोवे भूपरि पाछे.
Next up is Sarvangasana. As you lay on your back, Bandha and Mula Bandha.
क्षेत्र संक्षेप.
Arms up above your head and hook your fingers forward as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a scorpion.
प्रथम शयन सूधो शीर्षकेशिकी संधि प्रथम शयन सूधो शीर्षकेशिकी संधि सुदाखे.
The next asana is a Vrishapalakshipasana. As you lay on your back, nose into Sahadra Kumbhaka. Control the flow of the breath. Don't let your body movements dictate your breathing flow.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा अङ्गुलिभ्यः कन्दरां बद्ध्वा.
Next up is Maro. Swamiji in your inner space.
श्रोतानवत् संस्थितिः कृत्वा जानुद्वयं पर्यायेन कर्णयोः संस्पृशेत वारोत्तनं भवति.
Next up is Vrikasana. As you lay down,
भूमिं धृत्वा उत्तिष्ठेत् वृकासनं भवति.
next up is Luthasana. As you lay on your back, throw your legs over your head and
शयनं पादौ शिर उल्लङ्घ्य भूमौ स्थापयित्वा.
now as you lay down on your stomach, keep your hands next to your shoulders, toes.
निब्जशयनं कृत्वा नाभिं भूमौ निधाय स्तम्भोद्यस्ताभ्यां भूमिं वष्टम्भ.
Next up is Dehalyulanganasana. From Saratasana, push your hands
हस्तद्वयं बद्ध्वा तन्मध्यचरणद्वयम् उड्डानैव बहिरानीय अथ नयेत् देहल्युल्लङ्घनं भवति.
asana. Now stand and bend forward and down. Place your hands on the ground and walk around on the mat, visualizing yourself as a wise 60-year-old elephant. And keep your elbows raised, hands at the shoulder level as you rotate your arms around your body and lean back, open up your chest and move your head in all directions. Keep your hands at the side of your hips, elbows close to your body. Be completely straight and stable like a rod as you visualize your Kundalini Devi rising and curling upwards around your body in this asana.
Sarvasanam
of the living avatar is enough to awaken the Kundalini Shakti. Untie your feet if you tied them with a rope. And let's move on to the next asana of the sequence, which yourself as a camel.
निष्ठिका प्रदेशेन भूमो निधाय उपरि पादतले संस्थाप्य.
The next asana is Ashvasana from the same position.
भूमो निधाय उपरि पादतले संस्थाप्य अश्वशरीरं चलनीयम् अश्वासनं भवति.
The next asana is Kapota Nitakasana. Now interlock your fingers behind in Padashu Mudra.
पादतले भूमो निधाय पृष्ठभागेन हस्तौ जङ्घापर्यन्तं नीत्वा कपोतनिटकं भवति.
Next up is the Tala Pushpaputam Karana. As you stand tall with the palms together in Namaskara Mudra, gently bend the knees and keep the toes pointing up. The next asana of the sequence is Khadgasana. Now, visualize yourself as
कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा.
Next up is the Uttanottanam. You can hold weights to intensify this asana as you sit down all the way or as low as you can towards the ground and raise.
उत्थानं भवति.
Next up is Musalasana. Now stand up straight, raise your arms up above your head and jump repeatedly as you visualize yourself as a mace. Now hold one foot with both hands and pull it towards your chest. Sit down and stand back up on the standing leg. Repeat the movement on both sides again and again as you gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Leg slightly bend with the toes pointing outwards. Pull the knee of the other leg towards your chest. Encircle the leg with your arm and the hand in a fist. Keep the other hand on the respective thigh with the fingers pointing towards the center of your body.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Next up is Brahmanasana. As you place the left foot to the inner Next up is Garudasana 3. As you bring the left leg over and around the right knee, tuck the toes behind the calves and bring the left arm below the right. The next asana is Ekapadasana.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरि निधाय च.
The next asana is Truvasana, the pose. Visualize yourself as the North Pole star.
रूपस्य एकस्य पादस्य अग्रं धृत्वा
Lift one leg behind your neck. If you can't bring it behind your neck, you can bring it over your shoulder or hold it in front, and then sit down and stand back up as you visualize Lord Vishnu blessing you from within. The hand in a fist. Now repeat Tandavasana. Stand up and sit back down while visualizing yourself face to dance. Now bring the foot towards the inner thigh. Hands hanging by the side, visualize Lord Brahma blessing you from within.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्षे यत्कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत्.
Lord Garuda.
उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहस्कारुणमेव च.
Next up is Ekapadasana on the other side. Bring the raised foot to the opposite thigh. Dhruvasana on the other side. As you hold on to the big toe in Prana Mudra, extend your leg out to the side and rotate quickly on the standing leg, visualizing yourself as the North Pole star.
हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्य अग्रं धृत्वा
Steps of Lord Vishnu.
दिवायां पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति.
Next up is the Samana. posture as you recover from this intense sequence of asanas. Breathe calmly and get ready to enter the final 100 asanas of this sequence. And then bend forward as you bring both hands underneath the knees and interlock them in Parashamudra. Sit in a squatting position and let the finger lobe touch your navel as you visualize the great sage Goraknath, founder of the Nat by the strength of your will alone. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so in Gorak Anjali Asana. Next up is Kanchi Asana. As you stand on the mat, squat down and insert both hands between the thighs and calves. Then wrap them around behind your butt and interlock them in Parashamudra. Keep your chest straight. Visualize Swamiji as you perform the Mula Bandha. And sit in a squatting posture with your heels touching your perineum. Hold the hands at the back in Parashamudra and sit upright. Gaze towards your navel as you visualize Bhagavan Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time. Ground. Keep your feet together, toes apart. Bring your hands behind your back with the fingers joined in Anjali Mudra, with the fingers pointing down. Keep your elbows close to your head as you gaze. Next up is Pripitasana. As you hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Raise your hips to the same level as your knees. Now keep your arms straight, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Mula Bandha. Shoulder width apart on the ground. Bring your knees onto your arms. As you lean forward, find balance and lift your feet off the mat, visualizing yourself as a crow and still moving the prana up and down. And the next asana is Sushtanga Kapali Asana. This is going to be another inverted posture. Seek a wall for support if needed. Now place your hands flat on the ground. Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
आसन को गुण कपाल अछो होई.
Lower your body down and come to a kneeling position. Shiva and Guru internally chant the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Guptasana.
जानोर्वोरन्तरे पादौ कृत्वा पादौ
Now place your hands on the ground and raise your legs up into a handstand. If you can't perform this asana, you can lean
सप्तचक्रक्षालनाय वृक्षासनविशेषकान् जननेन्द्रियदार्ढ्य कोणभेदान् समभ्यसेत्.
Next up is Shiva Asana from the handstand posture. Jain
दोवू पग जोड़ी माही गुल्फ मिलाए.
Now place your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart, and step your feet back into Tadakshvasana.
कुर्परो पार्श्वभागाय मूर्धकृत्य हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
The next asana is Sarapasana too. Now lay flat on your stomach with the hands on the hips and
संस्थाप्य पादौ दीघीकृत्य.
the next asana is Nidalambanasana. Now lay on your stomach with the self-supported and completely independent. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so.
कराभ्यां पंकजं कृत्वा तिष्ठेत्. कुर्परया सुधीः मुखमुन्नमनुच्चायि.
To bring the feet up towards your upper back. Tilt your head back, gaze upwards, and visualize yourself as an umbrella, protecting your guru from visualize yourself as an umbrella, protecting your guru from Now sit in a kneeling position on your knees with the tops of the feet flat on the mat. Bring your butt onto your heels and stretch your arms out in front. As you cup the palms and place them down on the ground, place your forehead on the ground and gaze to the tip of your nose as you visualize yourself as a Vajra, the weapon of Indra, symbolizing your indestructibility. Breathe calmly through your nose in Sahajra Kumbhaka. Perform the Mula Bandha and internally chant the Mahavakya as you do so.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु सुखप्रसवलाभाय प्रोच्यते प्राक्तने पथि.
The next asana is Meshasana. Now place your hands flat on the mat and raise your hips up into Gajasana position as you alternate striking the ground with your hands, visualizing yourself as powerful as a ram.
गजासन संस्थितो एकैकं बाहुं भूमौ ताडयेत् मेषासनं भवति.
Next up is Ajasana. As you place your hands down on the ground, raise your legs up and bring your forehead down towards the ground as you visualize yourself as unborn, existing for all eternity.
आसन संस्थितो पादद्वयम् अन्तराळे कृत्य मस्तकेन भूमिं स्पृशेत्.
Next up is Dhanantarasana. As you sit in a kneeling posture, hold onto the big toes behind and pull the feet in towards your buttocks. Then place your hands on the knees, gaze through your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha and the Ujjayi Pranayama, making an ocean-like sound with your mouth.
पूर्व विधि परिहाता की काकसी से फणा शरामोणी.
Next up is the Angamotanam. Now interlace your fingers in front, stretch your arms out, move them from left to right, up, down, in all directions. As you give massage to various different joints and muscles of your body, repeat the same movement behind your body as well. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and keep the Mula Bandha engaged as you do so.
हस्तयोः अङ्गुलीर्बद्ध्वा हस्तयोर्मध्यात् स्वरमङ्गं निष्कासयित्वा तिष्ठेत् अङ्गमोतनं भवति.
Next up is Garudasana form. Now sit on your heels in Vajrasana and turn the feet sideways with the toes pointing outwards. Place your hands on the knees and visualize yourself as Lord Garuda, flying Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi on his back.
जङ्घोरुभ्यां पीड्य स्थिरकायो द्विजानुना.
Next up is Ananda Mandirasana. As you sit with your legs folded back, toes pointing backwards, holding onto the ankles, keep your knees wide and place the front of your buttocks onto the ground as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself residing in the blissful space of a temple.
भक्षे वीरनाथ आनन्दमन्दिरासनं यत्कृत्वा अमरो धीरो भवत्येवेह साधकः.
Next up is Mandukasana too. Now sit with the knees wide, feet overlapping on top of your ankles. Place your hands underneath the knees. Press your tongue up against the palate of your mouth in Manduki Mudra as you visualize yourself as a frog. Perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha in Mandukasana too.
पृष्ठं सम्पीड्य गुल्फाभ्यां जान्वङ्गे सबलयाकृतिः.
Next up is Narasimhasana. Now tuck the toes and sit on the raised heels as you place your hands flat on the ground, fingers spread, thumbs touching. Gaze towards your nose, stick out your tongue and exhale forcefully as you visualize Narasimha, the lion man avatar of Lord Vishnu in Narasimhasana.
द्वौ फणापाणि होय वैसे एडी मेलर कुदानि वैसे समशरीरनि काटहरा वे नासा अग्रदृष्टिको ल्यावे.
Next up is Pishnakasana. Sitting in the same position on raised heels. Cover your mouth with both hands cupped. Bring the thumbs underneath the teeth. Close your mouth. Inhale through the right nostril and exhale through your mouth in Vishnaka Kumbhaka as you gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize yourself as Devi, victorious over any and all minuscule fears you might have.
दो बगा की एडी जोई घोड़ा फनोबान पुनि होई.
The next asana is Makadasana. As you sit with the feet flat, soles of the feet touching on top of your heels, bend your elbows and bring your fingers towards your armpits and imitating as if you were a monkey scratching itself, visualize yourself as a playful monkey as you gaze to your third eye and perform the Mula Bandha in Makadasana.
द्वौ बगदली सम्पुटाने तनिके पिष्टे भूमि परिठाने.
The next asana is Vajrasangarasana. Now rise up onto tucked toes. Sit your perineum down on the heels as you keep the soles of the feet together. Keep the knees wide off the ground. Interlock your hands behind your back. Hold on to the opposite elbows as you gaze to your nose and embody diamond-like strength for you and your Sangha, your spiritual community, in Vajrasangarasana.
प्रथम बना पानी होए वैसे दोबू एड़ी गुदानी वैसे गोड़ा उभा राखे धीर आड़े वाज पसारे धीर.
Next up is Kanjanasana. As you keep your toes down, ankles crossed, and sit on the heels, place your palms on the mat to the side of your body. Gaze to the tip of your nose. Visualize perfect health beyond any and all physical or mental ailments as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
खञ्जनासनमावक्षे यत्कृत्वा सुस्थिरो भवेत्.
The next asana is Kurmasana. From the same position, keep your hands on the knees and make your upper body and neck stiff like the shell of a turtle as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as a turtle, having a stable body and mind to live for centuries.
विभौ च वृषणस्याधो व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितौ.
Next up is Yogasana. From the same position, relax your upper body and neck, gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
गुदं नियम्य गुल्फाभ्यां विक्रमेण समाहितः योगासनं भवेदेतदिति योगविदो विदुः.
Next up is Vijyogasana. Now cross your feet behind, place the toes down close to your knees as you bring your hands behind and hold on to the shins with the fingers inside and the thumbs outside. Now gaze to your third eye and visualize a space of eternal oneness, Advaita, with your Guru.
गोड़ा वामो बौ होई गोड़ा आड़ा राखे दोई.
Next up is Ushtrasana 2. As you sit in a kneeling posture, hold onto your ankles and lean backwards, pushing your hips forwards, tilting your head back all the way as you visualize yourself as a camel.
मेरुदण्डग्रन्थिदाढ्य संविवादै शुपमान् कपोतो अष्ट्रासनाभ्यासं कुर्यान्मित हिताशनः.
Next up is Jatyasana 2. As you sit with the heels together and the hands on the soles of your feet, slowly lean back and bring your elbows down to the mat. Place the back of your head onto the mat and gaze to your nose as you visualize yourself as a lotus blooming.
दो एड़ी संपुट करे 16 मूलद्वारित धरे.
The next asana is Viratasana. As you hold the soles of the feet, lean back and touch your back to the ground, then rise back up again and again. Use the support of your hands if needed as you gaze to your nose and visualize the healing and liberation of all causal, subtle forms of your body.
जंगा पृष्ठभूमो निधाय जंगोदरयोः ऊरुनि संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Kapotasana. From Viratasana, raise your hips higher, bring your forearms on the mat and hold the back of your heels as you bring your head in between your feet. Visualize yourself as a beautiful dove as you perform the Mula Bandha.
मेरुदण्डग्रन्थिदाढ्य संविवादै शुपमान् कपोतो अष्ट्रासनाभ्यासः कुर्यान्मित हिताशनः.
Next up is Vadasana. Come to a kneeling posture with your body raised, toes tucked behind, and hold on to opposite elbows as you gaze to the nose. This is the boon fulfilling posture. Receive your boon from Paramashiva as you internally chant the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
भूमौ संस्थाप्य हस्ताभ्यां बाहु परस्परं धृत्वा सरलं तिष्ठेत्.
The next asana is Varahasana 2. As you sit with the toes tucked, perineum down on the raised heels, place your forearms down on the ground and rest your head on your hands. As you visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu, perform the Mula Bandha.
आसनानि निकथ्यते.
Next up is Mundasana. Now, from a kneeling posture, place your forearms on the ground, shoulder width apart, interlock the fingers, and place your crown of the head onto the mat as you hold your head, raise your hips, walk your feet forward, align your hips with the shoulders, and then straighten your legs up straight into a headstand posture as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as a lopped tree in Mundasana.
मुण्डासनं वक्ष्ये सर्वेषां प्राणिनां सुखम्.
Next up is Andhasana. Coming down again in a kneeling posture. Place your head in between the knees, Interlock your fingers behind your head and keep the elbows outside of the knees. Gaze to your nose as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka as you do so.
प्रथम पकदली समट हरावे कोरमाहिली उभे मिलावे.
Next up is Viparita Shalabhasana. Now lay down on your stomach. If you want, you can hold weights to intensify this asana. As you extend your arms forward and lift your arms, your legs and your chest off the ground. Keep your back engaged as you visualize yourself as a locust in Viparita Shalabhasana.
भासन भेदाश्च नटभेरुंड नामके गंडभेरुंड सहिते शीर्षदंडासनं तथा.
Next up is Kapalasana. Now place your hands next to your hips and your forehead on the ground as you raise your legs up, but the strength of your lower back. Keep the feet together and visualize a skull representing the mind with purified thoughts and a strong will to attain enlightenment in Kapalasana, this skull posture.
कपालं भूमो निधाय ऊर्ध्वं पादौ नजेत् कपालासनं भवति.
The next asana is Akasha Kapotasana. As you lie on your stomach with the hands back, push your hips up and bring your feet over top of your head, placing your feet on the ground in front of your head. Now visualize yourself as a free and open dove as you perform the Mula Bandha.
उष्ट्रासने स्थित्वा चरणौ भूमेरुत्थाप्य मस्तकोपरि नीत्वा.
Next up is Chatakasana. Now place your forearms on the ground in front of you as you sit in a kneeling position with your perineum on the heels. Visualize yourself as a sparrow. Be sturdy in this posture.
परपर्यन्तौ हस्तौ धरामोष्टभ्य जानुनी नाभौ संकुञ्च्य.
Next up is Vrishchikasana too. As you keep your forearms on the ground, raise your hips and bring your legs over top of your head, touching your feet onto the back of your head. Now visualize yourself as a scorpion as you perform the Mula Bandha in Vrishchikasana too.
शिवपुच्छ प्रतिमाङ्घ्रिपार्ष्णे धृत्वा स्वशीर्षे चिबुकं विधार्यकौ.
Now come to a kneeling posture. Sit on the right heel with the left foot pointing outward, the foot outside the hip. Now visualize yourself as a bull as you start breathing in Antaranga Kumbhaka, forcefully inhaling, holding the breath for a short while, and slowly exhaling again through the nose. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so in Vrishasana.
याम्यगुल्फे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरं विपरीतं स्पृशेत् भूमिं वृषासनमिदं भवेत्.
The next asana is Lolasana. With your hands flat on the ground in front, lift your knees off the ground and cross the toes of the left foot over the right. Balance above the mat as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
लोलासनं सदा कुर्यात् वायुलोलापघातनात्.
From Lolasana, place your perineum on the other heel. Keep the right foot outside the hip this time, with the toes pointing outwards, visualizing yourself as a bull as you repeat Vrishasana on the other side.
याम्यगुल्फे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरं विपरीतं स्पृशेत् भूमिं वृषासनमिदं भवेत्.
The next asana is Balagunasana. As you keep the left toes tucked, sit on the raised left heel. As you keep the right foot flat on the ground with the knee raised against your chest. Place your hands on the knees as you visualize Balagunahai, one of the 84 siddhas in your inner space, in Balagunasana.
आसन को गुण जल विकार जाजी.
Now stand up and squat with your feet flat on the ground. Bring your elbows under the thighs and wrap your hands around the shins from the outside as you hold onto your ankles. Visualize yourself as the entire planet as you perform the Mula Bandha in Grahasana.
पादतले भूमौ संस्थाप्य जानुमध्ये कुर्परौ स्थाप्य.
Now sit down on the raised right heel as you repeat Balagunasana on the other side.
आसन को गुण जल विकार जायी.
Next up is Utkatasana. You can hold weights if you want to intensify this asana. Now squat on your toes with the heels up and the knees off the mat. Place your perineum onto the raised heels. As you place your hands on the thighs, gaze forward and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उजास्पिजोस्ति यत ऊर्वजानो यत्रासने पादतलद्वयोपरि.
Next up is Vajrasangalasana too. Now Keep the heels raised, soles of the feet together, interlock your fingers behind your back, hold on to opposite elbows behind your back as you keep your knees wide and off the ground. Visualize Samadhi in your inner space.
प्रथम पणा पाणी होए जैसे दोबू एड़ी गुदानी वैसे घोड़ा उभा राखे थी ये आड़े वाय पसारे धीर.
Next up is Anilasana. Now place your hands flat on the mat and step your heels on top of your hands as you keep your arms straight, sitting in a squatting position. Gaze towards your nose and visualize you are able to live off of air alone. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so.
हाथ भूमि पर ठाने कहनी जाड़ी ना भी लगाने.
Next up is Padukasana. As you place the back of your hands onto the mat with the fingers facing towards your body, step your feet on top of your hands and wrap your hands around the feet like a shoe. Start walking around on the mat as you visualize yourself wearing padukas, performing your Padayatra through India.
हस्तद्वयोः पादतले कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् गच्छेत् पादुकासनं भवति.
The next asana is Kukkuduranasana. As you place your hands on the mat, shoulder width apart, jump your legs up and let them fall back down as you visualize yourself as a rooster. Repeat this again and again.
हस्ततले भूमौ कृत्वा पादतले चोर्ध्वमुड्डानं कृत्वा.
Next up is Viparita Nrityasana. As you place your hands on the ground, shoulder width apart, raise your legs up straight into a handstand and dance around on two hands as you feel yourself become free of all inhibitions.
हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य ऊर्ध्वपादाग्रे कुर्वन्.
The next asana is Kunjarasana. Now keep your feet apart and place one palm flat on the mat as you hold your hand with the opposite hand. Be sturdy. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Breathe calmly in Sahaja Kumbhaka in Kunjarasana.
अथ पक्षे महादेव कुञ्जरासनम् उत्तमं करेण इकेन पादाभ्यां भूमौ तिष्ठेत् शिरकरः.
Now place the other hand on the mat. Repeat Kunjarasana on the other side.
अथ पक्षे महादेव कुञ्जरासनम् उत्तमं करेण इकेन पादाभ्यां भूमौ तिष्ठेत् शिरकरः.
Next up is Kadambasana. Now sit on the ground with the feet flat and the heels close to your body. Hold onto the respective ankles with your hands as you lift your feet off the ground and visualize yourself as a Kadamba tree, a pious tree that promotes a long life.
पार्श्विभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य हस्तद्वयेन गुल्भौ धृत्वा तिष्ठेत् कदम्ब भवति.
Next up is Pavana Muktasana. As you sit with the soles flat, pull your knees in towards your chest with your hands. Visualize any excess vata being released from a balance within your system.
द्वयोस्तु पादयोः पाणिं लात्वा स्वस्वनितम्बके जानुनी वक्षसि साधुर्बभृतीकरबन्धनैः.
The next asana is Chakodasana. As you sit, bring one leg behind your neck and extend the other leg forward and up as you place your hands on the ground and lift your entire body off the mat. Gaze to your third eye as you visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रौञ्च शलभभुजङ्गमपि वृश्चिकम्.
Next up is Anudasana 2. As you sit with one leg extended, hold onto the big toe of both feet and pull the other foot towards your ear. Now visualize yourself as a bow as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि धनुराकर्षकाकृष्टं धनुरासनमीरितम्.
Next up is Ashtavakrasana. Now bring the left leg over the respective shoulder and hook the right foot over top of the left foot. Extend the legs out to the side as you lean forward and balance on your arms, visualizing yourself as a flying crane.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
The next asana is Pranasana. Now place the right foot on the left thigh and keep the left foot flat with the knee raised as you bring your left shoulder underneath the raised leg. Press the right knee down towards the ground as you gaze to your third eye and visualize you are immortal and able to exist solely from prana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यस्य चामरः एकपादमुरो बद्ध्वा स्कन्धेऽन्यत्पादरक्षणम्.
Next up is Parashva. As you place the right foot at the root of the left thigh, step the left foot over top of the right, twist your right elbow outside of the knee and bring the arm below. As you interlock your fingers behind your back, twist your spine intensely and gaze to your third eye as you visualize Sage Matsyendranath, the master of Hatha Yoga.
मोरुमूलार्पितदक्षपादो जान्वो बहिर्वेष्टितदक्षदोष्णा.
Now repeat Chakodasana on the other side. As you bring the other leg behind your neck, stretch the opposite foot forward and lift your entire body up, gazing upwards, visualizing yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रौञ्चशलभभुजङ्गमविवृश्चिकम्.
Next up is Dhanurasana 2. Now hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra and pull the other foot towards your ear as you visualize yourself as a bow.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि धनुराकर्षकाकृष्टं धनुरासनमीरितम्.
Now repeat Ashtavakrasana on the other side. As you bring the left foot over the respective shoulder, hook the right foot over top. Now repeat Parashva on the other side as you bring the other foot towards the outer hip and step the opposite leg over top. Bring your arm around the raised knee, interlock your fingers behind as you gaze to your third eye and visualize Sage Matsyendranath.
वामोरुमूलार्पितदक्षपादो जान्वो बहिर्वेष्टितदक्षदोष्णा.
The next asana is Ardha Paschimottanasana. As you keep one leg straight and press the perineum with the opposite heel, lean forward and down and hold onto the front foot as in Paschimottanasana. Bring your head down towards the knee as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीवनी सम्पीड्य.
The next asana is Kraunchasana. Now bring the left heel outside of the hip and hold onto the front foot with both hands. Extend the right leg up in front of your face as you keep the knee straight and visualize yourself as a crane.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now extend the other leg forward. Press the perineum with the opposite heel as you repeat Ardha Paschimottanasana on the other side.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीवनी सम्पीड्य.
Now repeat Kraunchasana on the other side. Bring the right heel outside the hip. Hold the left foot and extend it in front of your face, keeping the knee straight, visualizing yourself as a crane.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is Swastikasana. Now sit with the soles between the thighs and calves. Keep your spine straight and rest your palms on the knees. Gaze to your nose and embody peace, well-being, good fortune and prosperity as you visualize a swastika.
जानोर्वोरन्तरे सम्यक् कृत्वा पादतले उभे.
Next up is Gorakshasana. Now maintain your feet in the same position. Cover your heels with the respective hands. Spread your fingers out. Tuck your chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha. Contract the perineal floor in Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose and visualize the great sage Goraknath, founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya.
जानोर्वोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानो व्यक्तसंस्थितौ.
Next up is Bhagasana 2. Now place the left heel to the perineum and bring the right foot on the left thigh. Gaze towards your third eye. Visualize Swamiji and meditate on Arihanta, the enlightened one, as you get ready to enter into Shanmukhi Mudra. Inhale all the way. Close your mouth with little and ring fingers, the nostrils with the middle fingers, the eyes with the index fingers, and the ears with the thumbs.
वामपार्श्वमुकुतं संस्थाप्य दक्षाङ्घ्रिवामजगने.
Next up is Yogasana 2. Now place your feet on top of opposite knees and keep your hands on the ground beside your body with the palms facing up. Gaze to the tip of your nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and then roll up your tongue and inhale through the rolled up tongue as you keep your mouth in the shape of the beak of a crow in Kakachantra Kumbhaka.
उत्तानो चरणौ कृत्वा संस्थाप्योपरि जानुनोः.
Next up is Urdhva Kukutasana. Now rotate your hands at the side of the body. Place your palms on the ground beside your body as you lift your entire body off the mat. Balance on your arms as you keep your legs in Padmasana. Visualize yourself as a rooster as you keep breathing in Kakachantra Kumbhaka.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
Next up is Siddha Haratali Asana. Now keep your hands in between the thighs and calves. Place your hands flat on the ground. Don't lift your body up. Stay seated on the mat as you gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे हस्तदो भूगोड़ासन दिधरे.
Next up is Hamsasana. With your hands still in between the legs, push your hands into the ground and lift your entire body up. Balance over the mat as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as an elegant swan, Hamsa.
कुक्कुटासने स्थित्वा स्कन्दपर्यन्तं ऊरुनि नीत्वा.
Next up is Karmukasana. From Padmasana, place your hands in between the thighs and calves. Push your hands behind your body as you lean forward. Interlock the fingers behind your back as you place your forehead on the ground in front of you. Now, perform the Mula Bandha and visualize yourself as Shiva's bow, Pinaka.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे घोड़ासन दिमाही कर इधरे.
Next up is Kurmasana too. Sitting in Padmasana, bring your hands in between the thighs and calves, and then bend your elbows and hold on to the respective shoulders with your hands as you visualize yourself as a turtle having a stable body and mind to live for hundreds of years.
बाई जंग पर दक्षिण पामा दाई जंग पर बाई लियावा.
From the same position, tuck your chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha. Gaze to your nose and rejoice, knowing you're sitting in Shiva's secret knot posture, Granthi Bhedasana.
अथ वक्षे नीलकण्ठ ग्रन्थिभेदासनं शुभम्.
From the same position, roll onto your back with your legs in between the thighs and calves. Hold onto the shoulders as you gaze to the nose and embody a turtle laying on its back.
कुक्कुटासनबन्धस्थं कराभ्यां धृतकन्धरम्.
Now, sit back up into Padmasana and place both hands in between the legs as you place the palm of one hand onto the mat, holding its wrist with the other hand, pushing the hand into the ground, lifting your body up as you visualize yourself as a rooster in Pangu Kukkutasana.
कुक्कुटासन स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य मणिबन्धं धृत्वा.
Now, place the other hand flat on the mat, lift your body up, repeat Pangu Kukkutasana on the other side.
कुक्कुटासन स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य मणिबन्धं धृत्वा.
Now, from Padmasana, place your elbows on the toes. Interlock your fingers and place your chin on the hand as you press your thumbs to the throat, visualizing you have gone beyond all greed and covetous in Gridasana.
जानोर्घोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानो व्यक्तसंस्थितौ.
Next up is Padmasana 3. Now place one palm over the other with the palms facing upwards. Gaze through your nose as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and engage all the bandhas.
उत्तानौ चरणौ विधाय विधिवत् शक्तिस्थितौ योगिरात्.
Maintain Padmasana. Place your hands on the knees. Gaze through your nose. Visualize Paramashiva and perform the Mula Bandha as you internally chant the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
एतत् पद्मासनं कुर्यात् प्राणवायु प्रसिद्धये.
From Padmasana, keep one hand on the respective knee and hook the other hand around the big toe in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Move the big toe round and round. Visualize yourself as Lord Shiva's bow as you repeat the movement on the other side as well in Karmukasana too.
अथान्यासनं वक्ष्ये योगपूरकरक्षणात्.
Next up is Karmukasana 3. Now cross your arms behind your back. Hold on to opposite big toes as you sit in Padmasana. Now engage all the bandhas, gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bow.
कार्मुकासनमाक्षित्य उदरे पूरयेत् सुखम्.
Keep breathing in Kakachantra Kumbhaka as you maintain Karmukasana 3. Gaze to your third eye, raise your chest, and visualize yourself as the action of Paramashiva's third eye, destroying anything you come across in Dridhasana.
ऊरुभ्याम् उपरि स्थाप्य पादयुग्मं प्रयत्नतः.
Next up is Nagradasana. From the same position, roll onto your back. Try to hold onto the big toes. If you can't, lay on crossed arms with your legs in Padmasana. Gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as a snake as you breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka in Nagradasana.
प्रथम पद्मासन कोठाने दो हाथ पाछाने आने.
Next up is Kandukasana. Now free your arms and legs. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Lift your feet off the mat. Interlock your fingers in Padasha Mudra and pull your knees in as you tuck your chin to the knees, squeeze your body into a ball in Kandukasana.
वेत्रासने स्थित्वा हस्तपादान् निष्कुष्य.
Next up is Urdhva Bhavanasana. Now place your feet flat, interlock your fingers behind your head, and gaze to your nose as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथमे सूधो सैन करावे घोड़ा उभा राशि मिलावे.
From the same position, bring upturned palms underneath your heels, and then push your hips up as you breathe in Mudra Kumbhaka, forcing the air out through the engaged. Throat lock as you visualize yourself as a powerful alpha ape in Marakata Pitasana.
उत्तानशयनं पादतले उत्तानहस्तयोः स्थापयेत्.
Next up is Uttana Shikhi Pitakasana. As you lay on your back, raise your hips and bring your hands to the lower back, supporting your body. As you keep the elbows on the ground with the elbows bearing your body weight, stretch your toes out, gaze to the nose, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
जङ्घोरुबलहीनश्चेत् उत्तानशिखि पीठकम्.
Next up is Narakasana. Now raise your legs up straight. Keep your hands down on the mat, supporting you. As you keep your legs straight, visualize yourself blissfully traversing through Narakaloka unscathed in Narakasana.
ग्रीवाकण्ठेन भूमिं विष्टम्भ पादाग्रद्वयमूर्धम्.
As a boat crossing the ocean of samsara.
नौकावत् स्थित्वात् ऊर्ध्वं पादाग्रद्वयं नयेत्.
Now place your hands back on the mat as you keep your legs.
पूर्परैः भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
Now lower your body down flat on the mat. Keep your hands by the side of your hips, palms facing up. Perform Shakti Chalan Mudra. Pull the awakened Kundalini Shakti up along your spine from Muladhara. Your body is dead, and Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is liberating you as you internally chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in Mritasana.
Paranam.
Now, slowly return to your physical body. Chest, encircle them with your hands and rock your body from side to side as you slowly return to a comfortable seated position. Congratulations, you completed the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, all 308 asanas. The Shaktis of Paramashiva, with the Kundalini Shakti awakened now during the yoga practice. So, let us conclude the session as we sit straight with our head, neck and spine in a straight line, hands in Namaskar.
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरिः ओम तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव पादुका
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasada.